Hello everybody, Sam Utari here, and welcome back to Sam Plays Monster Hunter Rise. So last time we left off, we were on the 3-star quests. So let's see, we have Tetranodon, Kulu-Ya-Ku, Barroth, we have the Great Roggy, and we have the Royal Ludroth. Now, we only need to complete 4 of these quests in order to move up. Let's see. This takes place in the Frost Islands. So let's go ahead and start with one of the new maps. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start with Kulu-Ya-Ku, which is going to put us in the Sandy Plains, which is the new desert map that we finally unlocked. Oh, so you're a hunter now. Congratulations. Keep working hard so you can be the best hunter you can be. I'll do the same, but so I can carry these deliveries the best I can carry them. Alright. So we're going to sit down, we're going to eat our meal, as we normally do. We're just going to order the usual. Alright, and then we will be ready to depart on this new map.
A lifeless stretch of land, nothing but dust and sand. Barren and forlorn, lifeless and storm-torn. In the shadows monsters thresh, mad with lust for blood and flesh. A moment of peace, soon to be disturbed. A threat approaches, its hunger uncurbed. It rakes up its lunch, chows down without grace. But inside this nest, for thieves there's no place. It needs to escape, or get egg on its face.
I love Kulu-Ya-Ku's thing, just because it's not like other monsters, where they're like, oh man, it's this flesh-eating creature, you know, it's so monstrous. This one's like, oh yeah, it's just a thieving dork. So this is the Thieving Plains. So one thing that might be a little different for most people, actually, that have played older Monster Hunters, is that the Sandy Plains, it's obviously the desert, but you actually don't have to drink a cool drink or anything. There is no environmental effects that you need to worry about here. And that was one of the things that really took me by surprise when I actually played Generations Ultimate, was that I had to, drink these drinks or I'd start suffering damage to my health. So that was something I had to get used to, which, like I said, I find old games really charming. I love the challenges of them, especially like the really crappy controls. A game can be bad, but can be enjoyable because it's bad. It just depends on in what way it's actually bad. If anybody knows what I mean. You know, like, a game can still be good, but not be as good as, like, newer games. Or maybe I'm just crazy, and maybe it's just the nostalgia talking. Speaking of other Monster Hunter games, as I've said before, I've been playing the Monster Hunter Now app, and oh my gosh, this thing is like so frustrating sometimes. So obviously it's like, you tap to attack, but you swipe to evade monster attacks, and monster attacks are telegraphed by like a red glow, so you know when they're going to be attacking you. But what's frustrating is that you, oh, a sub-camp already, nice. What's frustrating is that you essentially have to, you have to be able to move out of the way. And right now in Monster Hunter Now, I'm using the gun lance. And while I do love the gun lance, its reload time doesn't really allow me to dodge, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so they have this monster event going on right now. It is the, it is the Black Diablos. And Diablos is already not a fun fight for me in Monster Hunter Rise, but it's made even more frustrating in Monster Hunter Now, because its attacks, it attacks so freaking much. But yeah, it attacks so much. It is ridiculous. And, so it's just one of those things that is extremely frustrating, because I didn't know what sort of attacks it was going to use anyways. And then once I figured it out, you know, it could attack twice in a matter of seconds, which doesn't allow me to get a hit in. And you have to defeat these monsters in a time limit of 1 minute. And so this is a 5-star, special monster. And, you know, you're expected to beat it in 1 minute when you can't even hit it. And I'm already using an overpowered weapon because the Bone Gun Lance in the app is the strongest weapon I own. And it does like 400 damage versus everything else that only does about 200 damage. So I felt like I had a advantage, actually, but then when I started fighting the Black Diablos, like, I don't know, I can't even say that I was humbled. It literally thrashed me. And the thing is like, there's a paintball system where if your Palico will like throw a paintball at a monster that you pass so that you can fight it later. And this is really helpful for event monsters because sometimes you'll pass by event monsters on your way to work or something else, and then your Palico will essentially collect it for you, which is really nice of them. But the thing is, you know, you collect, you get these monsters that are paintballed, but you can only, what's down there? Oh, that's a big drop. You can only, fight them 3 times. And if you fail 3 times, well, then you're just screwed, you know? So, it's one of those things that can get really frustrating really fast. I felt like there was a camp around here somewhere, but I guess I was mistaken. Well, maybe I'm not. Maybe it's actually in this hole. But I don't know if it is or not. No. No, let me in there. No! I don't feel like that's what I wanted to do. I feel like I wanted to go up here. And I'm just exploring, like, I'm sorry, I have plenty of time to kill this monster. I'm kind of just, like, looking around, trying to familiarize myself again with this map. Yeah! This is the other subcamp. Nice. So, we're gonna have 2 more tasks in order to create these subcamps. I love subcamps, though, because not only do they have, like, good materials, but they're just kind of neat. Like, this is like a little oasis here, and I freaking love it. Like, ooh, and it's a fishing spot. I haven't even fished yet. Let me see. I don't even remember how to fish. I want that big swordfish. Gimme, 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 gimme. What'd I get? What'd I get? Oh, nice. A sushi fish. I like sushi. Yeah, let's see if I can catch a big one. Give me that swordfish. Oh, gimme. What are you? Give. A great flame fin. Nice. I always love when, like, the big fish, you can tell that they're a big fish, because your hunter literally struggles to hold on to them. And I love that. So, a popfish. Nice. I don't know, I want one of those buggy-eyed ones. One of those, like, beta fish looking ones. Yeah. They're like, what are you? A golden fry. A small, rare goldfish commands a high price. So I guess those are just for selling? What are you, then? Give me you. What are you? Huh. That looks cool, actually. A scatterfish. Okay. Anyways, that's enough of that. I couldn't help myself. I apologize. My guilty pleasure in any video game is fishing. On my gaming blog, I actually have a ranked list of all the fishing, like, that you can do in games that are not about fishing. And you would think, like, oh, well then, I bet you like fishing games. No, I actually don't. I hate them. I generally think that they're boring. I don't like how, technical they are. I don't want realistic fishing. I want games that have nothing to do with fishing, that have fishing in them. Ooh. That have fishing in them, and I want to fish in a game that has nothing to do with fishing. So like Okami, love fishing in Okami. Like fishing in Okami is so fun for me. Near Replicant, the fishing was challenging, but I absolutely adored it. Like I had so much fun fishing in Near Replicant. Freaking Near Automata, I was kind of actually disappointed in the fishing mechanic, just because it was not what I expected. Because the fishing in Near Replicant, I think, is just so interactive that when it comes to Near Automata, where there's like no effort to it, and it's all just kind of like RNG based, I really just didn't like it as much, if I'm being completely honest. So there was that. Is this another fishing spot? A mud beetle. This is another fishing spot. Holy crap. Nice. That's a lot of fishing spots, dude. Oh, and another relic record. Damn. We are just finding a lot of good shit. Huh, okay. Nice. That's not what I intended to do, but I'll take it. But yeah, it was just like, Near Automata, like I said, there wasn't as much effort put into the fishing as in Near Replicant. It obviously wasn't as involved, and I prefer something that is obviously like more involved than not so much. So there was that. So let's see, what else can I fish in? Animal Crossing. That was something that I really liked to fish in. Pokemon, naturally you have to fish for Pokemon, so I mean, I can't really... I feel like I can include it, but obviously I can't, because if your goal is to literally catch every Pokemon, then, you know. Oh look, hi Barroth. Nice to see you, Barroth, but I don't want you, I want Kulu-Ya-Ku. Ooh, I was hoping it was gonna attack the Kulu-Ya-Ku, but... Ooh, okay. I'll do that. But I'll run you right into a wall, because I'm not gonna sit there and freaking run into Barroth. Nice. Nice. I don't care enough about Barroth. Nice. And I want that head mantle too. But yeah, so I don't know. I love fishing, and in video games that, like I said, have nothing to do with fishing. So Monster Hunter, the thing is like there's obviously like you're always gonna basically guarantee to get a fish. And what's crazy is when I think about what made me love fishing in video games, it was actually Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I had a friend that had it when I was in when that friend's mom was watching me for the summer, when I was like super little. So N64, still pretty new console, all things considered. But yeah, I was playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and my friend showed me how to find the sink lure, the invisible one. I don't know. Can someone tell me if that's like a glitch or a cheat of some kind? All I know is it was as Kid Link, I remember that, I think, and we were trying to, essentially, we had to look in the grass for it, and I remember that, and, but yeah, we had to look in the grass for it, and then when you found it, it would be invisible, and I know that I don't think it soft-locked the game, but it definitely made one thing more complicated. Damn, that went down fast. I mean, it was a small-sized Kulu-Ya-Ku, but still. Also, it's kind of sinking into the rock, which don't really approve of. It looks like a fossil, like a dinosaur fossil, the way it's stuck in the rock. It's kind of cool. I don't know. But yeah, but I don't think it soft-locked the game, but I remember it corrupted something, like, the guy that, like, measures your fish or whatever wouldn't recognize the fish, or later on, he would say, like, you cheated or something. I forget exactly what it was, but all I remember is that it messed up something in the game. But my friend was like, oh yeah, no, this is, you have to get this special item, and I don't know, it was just, all I remember is that, and I just remember I would fish all the time. That's all I wanted to do, was I just wanted to fish. Probably because I was really little, and I just didn't really understand how Legend of Zelda worked. So I was really kind of concerned, like I was really scared to play it. Especially at nighttime. I just remember, like, the ghosts and stuff that you had to, like, catch or whatever. I forget what they're called. I have played so many, I've played so many Legend of Zelda games, but I've never beaten a single one of them. Deliveries. Here you go. Thank you so much. Now I can continue making my prototype. Goka says thank you too. Here's the gear I promised you. If you have any feedback, I'd be happy to hear it. Hope that the tales of you and your geared up Palamute's endeavors spread far and wide across the land. Guarding Parasol. Let me see what that does, actually. Palamute gear. Let me see. Dual-bladed. An iron-layered umbrella shield for canines capable of both attacking and defending. I mean, I'll give it a try. What's the worst that could happen, I guess? Alright, and then he wanted to talk to me. You found a sub-camp location in the Sandy Plains. Elder Frugans asked me to set up the camp. There's a slight problem getting in the way of our work. A tit for tat. Slay 8 Kestodon. You found a sub-camp, blah 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 blah. I need the materials. They need 1 Lagombi pelt and 2 monster bones. So I can at least complete this one. So there's 1. Thank you for gathering those materials. We may now begin setting up camp. Once finished, it will be available for you to use as your new base. Should be ready before you start your next quest. Nice, thank you. Thank you much. Now, I did run into Barroth, so can I actually, like, make anything? Or can I not? Kulu-Ya-Ku tree. I could make a Kulu-Ya-Ku blade, which will eventually lead into something. And I could just go ahead and make that because I own the other blade. What do I have equipped right now? I keep forgetting. Alright, so I have the Champion Longsword, which does 150 damage. I have the Aknasom blade. Oh, shush your face, Smith. The Aknasom blade only, or the Kulu-Ya-Ku blade only does 100. It has a 10% affinity. Let's see, it has 331 defense, less attack, 10% affinity though, less defense. Drawn double sash, blah blah blah, blah, gives attack boost, recovery up. There's all these stuff that I barely ever paid attention to. Like, even on my main account, I barely paid attention to it. The Ananta blade from the Baggy tree. But I don't really use paralysis. I don't know. Bone Scythe tree. Yeah, so we still don't really have much. Forge armor. Lagombi stuff. The Lagombi stuff looks silly. I don't know. I really don't like female armors. Not gonna lie. Like, I just don't like them. The Kezu stuff looks disgusting. It's all fleshy and just, ugh. Can you imagine wearing the skin of that creature, like, on your head? I feel like it would be like putting a condom on your head. I feel like it would be absolutely disgusting. Alright, let's see. Completed, whoa. Alright, optional subquests. I don't want that. Golden Spirit Bug, large monsters hunting, small dropped materials? Small monsters slaying. There we go. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and fight Barroth. Since we already saw that one. I'm not excited about it. And if we see the Kestodons, we'll just slay those when we have the chance, so. But yeah, going back to Legend of Zelda, I've actually played a lot of them, but I've never beaten them. Ocarina of Time, I ended up getting it on the 3DS, and then I never beat it because, like, it just got frustrating, and I feel like I soft-locked myself somehow, and so I feel like that's a game that I'm gonna need a guide in order to beat.
Desolate wasteland. Perfect for light-hearted hunts. But do not let your guard down. Don't pull any stunts. For the mud hides secrets, and none of them are good. Where once was sand and water, a monster is now stood.
I remember thinking to myself, like, before I knew about those cats, I was like, oh no, not the Palicos, and I felt, like, really bad for them. But here's the thing, little assholes steal from you, and I didn't know that, strangely enough, because I never ran into them until later on. I guess I just never, found the places where they were. Oops. So... But yeah, I never found the places where they were, and so I was like, okay. Oh, I forgot we were gonna try and kill the Kestodons. Oh well, we'll do that later. I don't need my sub camp right now. Where is this gonna send me? Up to this ledge? Good enough. So, like, yeah, I was just like, oh no, not the Palicos, and I couldn't understand why my friend's like, nah, screw those cats, and I was like, well, no, like, but the Palicos, though, and he's like, nah, they suck. And then finally I realized it's because they steal your items. So hell yeah, screw those guys. Like, it be what it be. You know? If they get eaten, they get eaten. So what? What are you? Oh, you're a Kestodon. Nice, okay. Alright. I hope it noticed me. It was worth it. I just wanted the Kestodons. Listen. Listen, I don't care about your mud. Don't care about your mud. So this is Barroth. He shakes off a bunch of mud, and he has this stupid charge, which I hate. But he's not really going to do a lot of, like, damage to us. The mud obviously slows you down, and he will charge into stuff and cause a ruckus. Obviously, in higher levels, his charge is absolutely deadly, and getting stuck in the mud when he is charging you is just horrid. Oh hey, that Kestodon just woke up. Nice. Run away. Nice. But yeah, anyways, so that charge is absolutely deadly. Fighting him in Anomaly phase was absolutely horrid, because of all the boosts he got, and just because he will cover himself back in mud. So, like, he'll use all his mud, which then keeps you from having to deal with it, especially when he's not near any mud. But he'll run specifically to these places where he can obviously cover himself again. Now, as you can see, he is plated, so there is just not a lot of space for weak spots. So finding his weak spot is really hard. And because he'll charge and put you into the mud, trying to escape him is really hard as well. And when the mud disappears, he'll just do it again, so... You always have to be really careful with this guy. Like I said, in later levels, he's really hard, and he will dull weapons really easily. So, it's just one of those things that you really have to watch out for. Ugh. Countering him is also really hard. I don't know. I mean, my friend makes it look easy, but to me it's not easy. Especially when he gets you in corners like that. I'm like gritting my teeth. Like, especially when he gets you in corners like that and he does his like slam. He can do a lot of attacks, like, in quick succession with one another, so he can be pretty tough. And you're going to be sharpening your weapon a lot. And obviously you're going to want to keep him from getting back in the water, because then he is literally, yep, he's going to do that, and he wallows. And this gives you some time for some free damage, and it does open up some of his weak spots, but once he's covered in mud again, he essentially just has the advantage. Oh, but he's running. Alright. So, while I do want to keep attacking, what I actually want to do is I want to sharpen my weapon. Now, I could get on my Palamute and sharpen my weapon, but I'm really not in any hurry. Like, where's he gonna go? He already covered himself in mud, so I'm not really too worried about it, you know? Alright. Nice. Defense up. I could use that. Well, there he goes. Now, the thing is he will eventually start, like, in later, like, levels, he will absolutely start, like, charging multiple times, where he'll charge to one wall, and then he'll just charge to the other wall. So you essentially just gotta be careful and be mindful of that. I love the destructible environments, like, fucking love them. But now, you know, obviously if you destroy the environment, it does kind of leave you with a disadvantage because you have, like, no cover. But I'm not really worried about it. He's already looking kind of rough. Whoa. That was close. I mean, I could have, like, poisoned him or something, but I don't know. He's already blue. I'm not, like, too worried about it. So, he doesn't have much long to go. Also seems like he has a weak roar, too. Because it didn't even phase me, so... I wonder if, like, my armor has, like, some sort of resistance to that or something. Ooh, right into soft spot. Maybe I can find some more Kestodons too and like finish that sub-quest. So when they are limping like this, they are essentially like trying to go find a place to eat so that they can recover some of their health. So when they start limping away like that, you want to finish them as quickly as possible. Nice. Like that. Oh man, just sliced him right there, like... as he's rolling around. Couldn't even enjoy his mud bath. Ugh, rough days. Barroth claw, nice. And a Barroth shell. Nice. Now let's see if I can find me some more Kestodons. Are you alive or are you dead? You're dead. Alright. But yeah, he was obviously going to head towards one of these mounds, one of these flesh piles, which is where they can eat the flesh of creatures and they can regain some of their health. It's kind of annoying, but they never gain... Oh, hi, Kulu-Ya-Ku. It's really annoying, but they never gain, like, enough health to be that much of a burden if you kill them fast enough. So, just always chase them, don't let them get too far ahead. They'll also recover health if they sleep, so just don't let them sleep. But yeah, so I mean that's really all there is to it. It's just like, you know, kill monster as fast as possible, do big damage in a timely manner, avoid attacks. I mean, it does require reading enemy attacks, but I really do like the fact that I guess I love that these monsters kind of have stepping stones where it's like the easier levels show you their basic attacks, and then they just kind of add more attacks later. Samatari, an urgent report just came in. Looks like the Rampage is getting close to the Shrine ruins. Anyone halfway decent with a weapon will help me guard the area surrounding the stronghold. But we can't hold them all off. I'm gonna need you to hunt down anything that breaks through. We don't just do this to save our butts, but for the future of Kimura. You got that? Take on the urgent quest from Hinoa, drive back the calamity, and protect that future. Alright, Samutari, now let's show that pack of fiends what Kimura's really made of. Okay. It's finally here. We have an urgent quest to stop the Rampage. I've been enlisted as a defender. I can't wait. Don't get all jealous if I do a better job than you, okay? Are you up for it? I mean, I guess I am. I don't really have a choice, do I? Let's see what it is. Ooh, ew. Okay. The Rampage approaches. I don't really know if I want to do the Rampage right now, because I hate the Rampage quests. Let me see. What do you got for sale? But I guess I really don't have a choice. I'm gonna save though, because ew. I will say the Rampages are my least favorite part of the game. I've heard that there's people that like them. I don't. Alright, they are not my favorite. They are not my friend. I don't appreciate them in any capacity. Alright. The Rampage approaches. Okay. So the Rampage is like waves of monsters. That's really what I hate about it. There. I'm gonna use a voucher to get like all the buffs. So, but the Rampage is like a wave of monsters. You can't let any get through a certain point. They're a lot tougher than normal monsters. And again, you're still timed, so it's annoying. It's like a strategic survival, and I'm just not good at it, so don't judge me too harshly.
The Rampage is here. But there's nothing to fear. We have our trusty fortress, and its defense is top tier.
Alright. I was wondering when you show up, Ace, it's finally time to face the Rampage. I heard from Elder Fugan that your task is to repel any monsters that made it into the stronghold. Since this is your first Rampage, there's probably a lot you don't know. I'll fill you in on how things work here. This area serves the same purpose as the main camps do out in the field. If you get thrashed real bad, you'll wind up back here, but it's fine as long as the stronghold is okay. You can keep retrying. You can swap out your gears and weapons and sort out your items through here. If you want to bail on your current loadout, you're free to switch up your gear inside. The stronghold is just beyond the exit here. And for the bigger Rampages, you'll need to defend more of the stronghold, so more exits will be available. I'm going to head off to the stronghold. Meet me there when you're ready. Yeah, so the major threat isn't Azuros. Good to go. Welcome to the stronghold. The villagers built this place to defend against the Rampage. The waves of monsters that attack during the Rampages, we call them hordes. They'll come in from all directions. The hordes will try to destroy the stronghold and break through the gates. These gates are what are keeping the monsters out of Kimura. And keeping the monsters off the gates and out of Kimura's way is why we're here. We'll fight off the hordes of monsters using machinery developed specifically for the situation called hunting installations. Looks like we've got plenty of prep time. Come with me and I'll explain how to use them. Okay. So this first one is you have a lot of time. You have infinite time so that you can talk to him and he'll explain like how to do things. Let's get ready a ballista. Many of the hunting installations select a ballista to be used on this installation platform, and the village defenders below will set it up. Give it a shot. Okay, so we're gonna put down a ballista. Okay, hunters can mount the ballista. I'll tell you about it later. How about you set up the next hunting installation? Send up a defender ballista here. We'll allow villagers to attack monsters. After all, one hunter can only manage so many installations. So let's let a villager take one over, blah 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 blah. Where'd he go? Oh. Set up a bamboo bomb here. They'll detonate once the monsters get close enough. Set them up in front of a horde to stop them in their tracks. Man type, auto type, limited supply type. Dragonators and splitting wyvern shots. Alright, I think we've set up the basic installations. It's about time I explained the details of ballista usage. Alright, so we're gonna get on the ballista. Ballistas are installations. Ballista shot. The displayed number indicates the amounts of shots remaining. After a certain time, it'll auto-reload when you're out of ammo. Okay. Next we got the crag shot. Press Y to fire. It's a special ammo that can stun monsters. You gotta aim for their head though. Next, try firing off a retreat shot by pressing X. Land the hit and there's a good chance you'll knock back the monster. Crag and retreat shots are strong, but you time them. Okay, now try guarding by holding... yeah. Just as you're about to be hit by a monster, quickly guard. Doing so will reduce damage and prevent knockback. And that's it, you're now a Ballista Pro. Go ahead and dismount by pressing A, which I already did. It's the Rampage version. Set up more hunting installations on the platforms. I'm returning to my position, but I'll be keeping an eye on you. Alright, so now we get to do this nonsense. Alright, so some of them are flying monsters. So it's a Great Azuchi. Alright, so we stop that one. And then what we're gonna do is... it should auto... yeah, it should auto. Ugh, Acnosam. There we go. So flying ones you can actually knock like out of the sky, so retreat shots are actually pretty good for that. Cannon unlocked. Piercing ammo, thunder ammo. Huh, okay. So probably piercing. Alright. Gates are still intact. Upgrading stronghold levels unlocks new things. shouldn't have, like, let it get past, but at the same time, like... Ugh. I shouldn't have wasted time, like, doing all that, but... Dragon bait unlocked. What's dragon bait? Hordes will always be led by a major threat monster. Major threats are much larger and stronger. This is only accomplished by slaying the major threat. Major threat is on their way, which I understand. This. A counter signal is fired. It will boost the attackers or the boost hunters' morale, greatly increasing their attack power. Counter signals are activated during a rampage by sounding a counter gong. Oh yeah, I remember that. First horde was repelled. You can come down now. Drove off that major threat with ease. You have a break before the next wave. Make use of the time to prepare. Oh, no, I'm not. I wanna do something else right now. This is what I hate about the Horde. So they're like, oh, go here, do this thing, and it's like, no, maybe I wanna... Whatever. What do you want? Remember how the stronghold level increased before? As it levels up, you'll be able to use more powerful installations like the Dragonator. You can repel monsters or inflict stun and other status effects to increase the stronghold level, so go nuts. Press B near this level to ready the Dragonator, then press B again to activate it. Once it's activated, a gigantic spear will thrust straight out. Time your attack so that monsters are directly in front of it for maximum impact. The Dragonator is a gnarly weapon, but it takes time before it can fire again. If you don't want to wait, you can use a power kiln to speed up the process. They can be used to hasten repair times for destroyed installations too. Make sure your arsenal is fixed before the Horde comes. What do you want now, dude? I want to activate the Dragonator. Ugh. Occasionally, a brave warrior of Kimura will come out and thrash during a rampage. Looks like Elder Fugan showed up this time. Go ahead and call him from this installation platform. Oh, and hold down B over anything to dismantle it. Yeah. Alright. Fugan the Elder. Alright, the second horde is almost here. I'm returning to my post, but you should be fine on your own. Well, I would be if you'd shut up long enough. Thank you. Defender Cannon. Dragonator. Okay. Interesting. Steer this thing, please. Please. Sorry I was so quiet during that. I hate the rampages, dude. I hate waves and waves of stuff. Like, I cannot. It drives me nuts. Ugh, it's just so much anxiety. As long as you're on the job, we could best 100 rampages. No. If they had a mode for this, which was like unlimited rampage, I would lose my mind. Like, I would never play it. I would never play it. I get so much anxiety from the rampage because you're like running around, and I just feel like you don't have enough time to manage resources. And like this gate like went to shit just because I was trying to manage my resources. And like the rampages only get harder later on. I mean, I don't mind playing it with like 3 or 4 people, but just by myself, like the rampage is horrid. Horrible. Like, do not like it. Like, the monster hunting part, yeah.
Oh, hey!
Looks like things have calmed down a bit.
Elder Fugen wants us to go back to camp.
We don't have any orders. Let's retreat.
It's coming after us!
That monster is known as Magnum Hollow. It appears alongside the Rampage and feeds on the Horde.
It eats them?
50 years ago, Kimura Village was attacked by the Rampage and Magnum Hollow. And we suffered some devastating casualties.
So that could happen again?
What? That's terrible. How can we fight against that?
Don't worry, Yomogi. This time around, we have a skilled hunter by our side. I want you to slay Magnamalo for us. We need you to protect Kamura Village.
I want to help fight. I'm coming with you.
Me too. I don't know how much help I can be, though.
That's the spirit. However, this is something that needs to be handled by a hunter.
But...
Kamura is more than steel and hunters. The two of you should focus on the things you do best.
the things...
We do best?
You two have to be strong every day. That way, the answer will come to you before long. Right. Let's head back to the village.
Samutari, good work in there. Thanks to your efforts, Kamura has emerged from this relatively unscathed. But things are going to get real hairy now that we got Magnamalo on our hands. Like I was telling you back at the Stronghold, that fiend showed its ugly face during the Rampage 50 years back. Ol' Ham just about lost his neck trying to stop it from taking out the village, and now it's reared its ugly head again. Samutari, the safety of Kamura is in your hands. Hunt down that fiend and finish it for good. We're still not sure what's behind this dang Rampage, but if we find something, or if we find something out, you'll be the first to know. Alright. So, we have finished the Rampage. So, let me see. Oh, hey, Samutari, you're gonna have your hands full juggling Magnamalo and the Rampage. But with Kamura Village United, we can do anything. There's always a dawn after the darkest night. As of right now, we don't have any information on Magnamalo's location. We should tread carefully. There are still some 3-star quests to take care of. How about knock those out in the meantime? So now we have access to Rampage quests. These will give us Defender tickets, which help us make certain items that are special to the Rampage. But we're not going to do those. And likewise, we still have 3-star quests. We still have to do 2 more before we can get into 4-star quests, or at least get our next urgent quest. So, and then we have some sub-quests to do in the meantime. Anyways, that's all I'm going to do for now. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. We are nearing the end of the solo quests, and then we'll be able to do more of the multiplayer quests. This was a longer episode just because of the Rampage, but I'm glad we got it over with. Anyways, thank you so much. If you like these videos, please leave a like on them, and as always, feel free to leave me a comment letting me know what you think of the series, and if you play Monster Hunter and would like to play sometime. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Alright, ciao you guys.